Welcome back to another episode of Binge Warmers.
Binge Warmers! My name is Hopper.
My name is Steven. We are continuing our natural disasters series. This time we're doing global warming. We got the three movies. They are The Day After Tomorrow. We are doing The Court. And we are doing 2012. Now, I'm a great big fan of natural disaster movies. Hopper was not that into these movies.
I went into this thinking like, oh, you know, it's whatever. We watched 2 Roland Emmerich films. I'll never forgive you for that. We watched The Core. Terrible.
Oh, he did The Court and 2012?
He did Day After Tomorrow in 2012.
Oh, okay.
The Core.
What I liked about the Day After Tomorrow, you've got, what's his name? Who's the main character?
Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Greg Kinnear.
Yeah, he's so cool. He's in Flight of the Phoenix.
No, I'm sorry, Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid.
I get those two mixed
up. You said
up.
that, and I was like, yeah, Dennis Quaid. He played in Flight of the Phoenix. He played in The Parent Trap. Just a good, like, older actor, you know.
The Rookie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, The Rookie was good. Yeah, so great. You got Jake Gyllenhaal as his son. Revolves around ocean currents for this one. I like that each of these natural disasters deal with global warming in a certain way.
Ian Holm, Bilbo from Lord of the Rings.
Yes. And in this one, it's the fact that all the polar ice caps are melting, and that's overloading this saltwater freshwater balance in the ocean. And because of that, it's causing all of these problems where it just makes these 3 big mega storms.
Pseudoscience.
Yeah. Pseudoscience?
It's not real.
None of it's real. But it sounds real, and it sounds cool. We've discussed several times how much of an exposition guy I am.
Yeah. Which is funny because in the Percy Jackson stuff, you're like, oh, show me, don't tell me.
Well, because I already know all that. You know?
Shut up, you hypocrite.
I don't know. There's something about it, but
you love them explaining
science, you know?
Pseudoscience, like not fake science.
I like your magic words.
Magic man.
Yeah.
And you like buildings and cities being destroyed.
Yes, because the scale, it just seems it's like godlike to where you have no control. You know, like Earth itself is revolting against the human race, and there's something so beautiful about that. I don't know. I just love it.
2012 and The Day After Tomorrow probably had the best effects.
Yes, I think The Core was in 2003, so it tried to get a little too adventurous with the technology they had.
It was there. I think they kind of rushed it. Like don't do too much of it. But they kind of went overboard. The whole
Day After
ship
Tomorrow,
the core, and
they get these 3 massive.
There's like an ice thing.
Yeah, they're ice storms.
We're afraid of, like it's sub-zero, like immediate sub-zero temperatures.
Like negative 150 degrees to freeze gasoline, and gasoline was frozen in an instant.
Freezes everybody.
So you get these like massive storm systems that wipe out pretty much all of the north. Like if you were anywhere south of like mid-Mexico, you were pretty much.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal's in New York for some school student stuff, and so he has to like go to the library with some of his friends, and so the story is split between him and his dad.
Yeah.
So he is like just trying to keep these people in the library to keep warm and safe until his dad comes, because his dad's like, I'm coming for you.
See, personally, they didn't need the dad stuff from me. I thought this with Jake Gyllenhaal would have been fine.
Yeah.
They put all these characters in like dumb situations. They're like, oh, we need to go get medicine or something, and they go to this
wolves and stuff.
There's like wolves, and it's like why did they even go outside?
There's a boat floating down Main Street.
It was like a bunch of weird. It's like don't leave, but he's like, oh, I guess we have to leave.
Yeah, because she got cut and stuff.
It was this whole thing. They kind of like forced this romance between him and the girl that he likes. I say forced romance, but like it's cringy.
Feel real.
It's cringy the amount of times that they're like, just tell her how you feel, man. Oh,
yeah.
she probably like you. Just tell her.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a natural disaster movie.
Yeah.
Show us that. That's what I'm here for.
Like, if it's gonna be about the romance, make it about the romance. Don't make it about like is it a father-son thing? Is it like a romance thing? Are we worried about the storm? Like it's just they're trying too much.
You notice too in this one and in 2012, the parents are like separated and they have problems with their kids and stuff.
Because the real disaster is the disaster at home.
Yeah.
That's 100% why they do that. Is they're like, we want to force this emotion and just see like, I know there's like a strained relationship, but they really love each other. When everything else goes away, they come back to each other.
The mom stays at the hospital for the one kid, you know, until
that felt very schmaltzy to me. I was like, okay,
just leave the kid.
Cut it all out.
You know.
Cut all that out. It's just extra that we don't need. They're just trying to make us feel bad. Your girlfriend watched 2012 with us, and she was like inventing. She was more so like putting it on herself.
Yeah, she was putting herself in those shoes, and it was stressing her out.
Yeah, and
dude.
I'm sitting there. I said this to you at lunch today. I'm like, how can you feel so much and I feel nothing?
Yeah.
Like I genuinely don't understand.
After the 3rd plane dive, we're kind of clocked out. But to me, it's just the level of destruction really draws me in.
What exactly? What was the destruction? It was like a tsunami or something in Day After Tomorrow. It was like a big wave.
There was like a big wave for New York, but in other places, like the scientists in like the UK, they just got hit by the storm itself.
Right.
But there was 3 megastorms that you could see from space. They were huge. They covered the entire continent, and they just covered up the northern part of the Earth and like froze it all, flash froze. If you were caught in the eye was where you didn't want to be, because the eye was where it got to like like frozen on site. The storm itself covered everything in snow, but if the eye reached you before it dissipated, you were dead essentially.
I think all these movies have a problem with like this is a worldwide issue.
Yeah, but it's over so quickly too.
This was a big fad too. I feel like after. I think it was Independence Day that started this trend.
Yeah,
because all these movies feel like Independence Day. I don't know if you got that or not, but like just the vibes I got were Independence Day.
Yeah,
it's like a worldwide like threat. Everything has like these, all these implications at different countries and cities and stuff, and there's all these characters we got to keep up with, and it's too much. Just focus on like Greenland. Remember, just focus on the one family.
Yeah,
they were spread out, so
and
there was A and B plots, but like the one family is what we're.
The same with Don't Look Up. They focused on a select group of people,
and they showed you like bits of like there's stuff happening around the world, or here's like little microorganisms that are going to be affected, but like mainly we kept to these couple scientists.
I do agree with that. So that was
the day after
the day after tomorrow. I like you'll notice this in all 3 films too, mainly in 2012 and Day After Tomorrow. Like it's like the next ice age, it's the end of the world, and then they're like, okay, in like 6 months. It's all kind of back to normal. You know, we can all go back. We can't go back to how it was, but you can actually go back to where you were at before.
2012, not so much.
Yeah, 2012, everyone goes to Africa.
Do you want to do that one next?
Yeah, we can talk about that next. But Day After Tomorrow had a good, decent cast. I think it was weird that his friends went to help him just for them to die.
That was again, like I was saying, too many characters.
Yeah.
Like those characters, if they're just gonna die anyway, why bring them? Like,
but I just.
There's a scene where like one of his friends is like falling down they're on top of like a building or something, like a glass ceiling,
and he's like, I gotta cut it,
and it's like, I'm gonna cut it, and then what's his face is just like, no, don't cut it, and his friend is like, oh, he's gonna cut it, and it cuts all their faces, and he's like, I'm gonna do it, I'm really gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Oh no, he's gonna. Like I can save you, dude. I swear to God. And then he finally cuts it, and then it's like, oh, he's dead. And then it shows his face. Oh, and then his friend's face. Oh, he died. And we cut back to this first guy. Oh, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
wrap it up. Cut it out.
I think what's hard with the natural disaster movies compared to the meteors is, like you said, you have to have a pseudoscience. You have to build all this stuff. With the meteors, it's big rock coming to kill us. You know, with global warming, it's like, okay,
it's like a ticking time bomb.
In global warming, you have to make it semi-believable, but it can't be actually real because it hasn't happened in our world, so it's hard to believe it'll happen in the movie.
And none of it comes off as scary either. Yeah. It just comes off as goofy to me when like a whole city gets blown up or washed out.
I really love it, dude.
Some of the effects don't really hold up. Like maybe if they made some of this stuff now, but I know they're still doing it like with Moonfall or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
Moonfall was great.
They're still trying to do stuff like that.
I loved Moonfall. Because they introduced aliens too. And like the moon isn't real. It's a satellite placed there by aliens.
Now you're talking my language.
It's cool. You're going to watch it. No, yeah, you are, buddy.
It's too stupid for me.
No, if this video gets 50 likes, you have to watch Moonfall.
Okay, we'll do a Moonfall episode if this gets 50 likes.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Okay.
I'm going to hold you to it.
That's for you guys too.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I know this one wasn't your favorite. Out of the 3, did you like? I think this one was.
This one was my favorite. I liked Jake Gyllenhaal a lot. I think the performances were good in this.
Yeah.
Compared to like 2012 and like the core, it's not like a very, very high bar.
Yeah.
I was gonna look up the Rotten Tomatoes / IMDb. 45% on Rotten Tomatoes, 6.5 on IMDb. So IMDb liked it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Again, we said Roland Emmerich, the Antichrist of disaster movies.
Speaking of which, let's roll on over to 2012.
2012.
So I talk about how each of them have their own.
If you were alive in 2010, you know that the Mayan Aztec calendar.
It was a big deal
in 2012.
A lot of people.
Everyone was like, "Oh, the world's gonna end."
It's like a Y2K, but 2012.
It was very much felt like a less serious Y2K.
Yeah. So this pseudoscience is neutrinos. So the sun is shooting out neutrinos, or is giving off neutrinos. Which is a weird thing. I don't know, but recently the Earth
crumbling.
The sun is giving off stronger neutrinos, and what they are doing is turning into microwaves inside the Earth, and they're bouncing back and forth, heating the Earth's core up, which is destabilizing the crust of the Earth, which is causing the end of the world.
Oh yeah.
So again, global warming.
And they hear about Woody Harrelson tells.
I love Woody Harrelson's. I mean, you can't say Woody Harrelson didn't act his heart out.
Let's talk about the cast here. We got John Cusack,
yeah,
Amanda Peets, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, Woody Harrelson's the crazy guy.
Oh, every time I hear Woody Harrelson, I think Harrison Ford.
Oliver Platt's in this. Danny Glover's the president.
Mm-hmm.
Huge cast.
Love Danny Glover. Love him. Bring him back.
Yeah, why is he not in more stuff? He was
old.
in Jumanji or something, wasn't he, recently?
Oh, he was. He goes, did I die? Become a small, muscular Boy Scout.
Kevin Hart said that.
I know, but I can
was
hear
acting like
Danny Glover say
yeah.
that.
Anyway, so stacked cast. This kind of bounces around from like Russian mobsters to failed author
to plastic surgeons.
Climate scientists.
There's a family element. There's several family elements.
Yeah, there's like the mobster and he has kids, and he's like a.
And then the main character has kids, and the black scientist who found all of this has kids. Or no, he doesn't have kids. He has a dad. He's the kid.
He smashes the president's daughter.
Allegedly.
President Danny Glover.
That's in the sequel.
Yeah, 2013. Before we watched this, I'm like, I haven't seen the first two 2011s. Does that matter? So stupid.
It is.
Why do I make jokes like that?
Because you're a loser, dude. Also, don't forget, hit that subscribe. Noti.
Hit the noties, baby.
Comment down below, what's your favorite disaster movie?
What other global warming style movies would you want us to watch?
Yeah, we've thought about San Andreas, but there's just not a lot of earthquake movies.
Yeah, we're going to go earthquake or even like tsunami or something.
But we just can't find enough.
Yeah. I mean, if y'all want us to do a third disaster movie,
we can look into it.
We can just group in like earthquake and tsunami.
Honorable mentions, I guess.
Yeah.
We could do like Twister, San Andreas,
yeah, dude, we could do
Volcano.
We could probably easy find 3 tornado movies.
Geostorm was one of them. That one has Gerard Butler in it.
We could do Sharknado. I mean, I know that's
I
a
am not
cop-out.
doing Sharknado.
Oh, come on.
I'm not doing Sharknado.
I bet it would be funny.
But yeah, so 2012, you've got just earthquakes at levels. California, half of California just falls into the ocean.
You get like the convenience thing that we saw in a bunch of the asteroid movies where it's like the dad shows up and he's like, okay.
Just in the nick of time.
Just in the nick of time.
Like, get in the car right now.
It's like in Guardians. Open the door.
Yeah. So I think that there was one scene we saw 3 times.
It's the plane going
dipping down. You're like, oh, they didn't make it.
Like a moment of silence.
3 times in this movie, dude.
There's the Russian plane guy was my favorite character.
Sasha. He goes, lift your big ass for Sasha.
So
Des goes,
stupid.
ooh. Des said, the authority in
Someone's
his
kind of doing
voice.
it for me here.
Yeah, I was just like, shut up. I'm right here.
He was like smashing the mobster's girlfriend.
Yeah.
The mobster knew. He ended up leaving his.
Yeah, the
leaving her there.
mobster ends up dying.
The whole thing for this was like Woody Harrelson heard about some ships. He's like a crazy.
Yeah, they're building spaceships. And
Yeah.
John's like, okay, I'm leaving and I'm taking your beer with me.
They're at like a Yellowstone party, or they're hiking in Yellowstone or something. And then like John Cusack's like a failed author, but he had written something about.
Yeah, he's published.
It was like an adventure thing, or what was it?
It was a space ship book,
Okay.
but the critics thought he was too optimistic.
Too optimistic, even though that's like
he found the silver lining, and they're like, it's just not believable. And he's like, I believe in the human spirit to do good and stuff like that.
Chiwetel Ejiofor, his character's reading the book, and he's just like, well, this is now an important part of our culture because I have it with me here while the world is ending.
Yeah,
so
which is a weird thing, but it kind of makes sense.
Makes sense. It's a little optimistic, but they need optimism at a time like that. There's a whole thing. So like the whole movie is like, it's like the earth crust
crumbling. It's a little too long of a movie. I will give you that. It's like 2.5 hours long.
All these movies could have been like an hour shorter, I think. So, but there, there's like water scenes, there's earth crumbling scenes, there's
volcano, the super volcano under Yellowstone blows up, which is supposed to be a lot bigger of a deal than they put in this movie because that's supposed to like blanket the earth for like hundreds of years or something like that.
It hits Woody Harrelson in the head.
Yeah, like the volcano was very underplayed because by the end of it, they said, hey, Africa got raised a couple thousand feet. We don't even think they got flooded.
Yeah.
So we're heading to Cape of Good Hope in South Africa.
Oh, okay.
So the Africa got raised a couple thousand feet. They land there and they're gonna, there's like 3 arcs full of people and they're like, we're just gonna live here now. So, but the problem is they just forget that a volcano just spewed its guts into the f***ing atmosphere.
Great use of the F word.
You just see clear skies and stuff that's supposed to envelop like half the world in its ash cloud.
What do you think this
got on? It's a mega volcano.
What do you think this got on Rotten Tomatoes? 39%.
Let's go. We're
better than we thought.
What's the audience score? 70?
I don't know.
How do you not know? It should be right there beside it.
This is on Google.
Oh.
It is audience score 47%.
Let's go. Almost an F.
It's all that schmaltzy drama they put in there.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a sucker for disaster movies.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, everyone's got their thing.
I liked 2012. I think of the three, I think I liked 2012 the most. I think Core was my least favorite.
It's the most recent too.
Yeah. You can tell some of the effects are really bad. There's like one scene where these two old ladies, they won't move, and
they're driving their car.
And she goes, "Hold on to them eggs," and then the ground raises up and they just die.
That whole scene was just it looked very computer generated. It looked like PlayStation 3 or something.
He like looked over and they just go, "Wow."
So stupid.
The plastic surgeon, like stepfather, says, take the overpass, will be faster. You see the entire overpass fall into a crater, and he's like, "Oh, never mind."
There's a lot of silly stuff like that.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, who's that guy? That's our pilot."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, frick.
Anyway, I don't know. It's just one of those, like, if you watch it, you know what you're getting into at this point.
It's just a popcorn movie.
It's a disaster romp
of a movie.
It's a disaster of a movie. You're right. It's like people saying Oppenheimer was a bomb.
I like that. No, but I think that, like, again, the pseudoscience always gets me. I love the exposition dump of why the Earth is being destroyed. That's what I like about zombie movies more than the actual zombies.
I will say, like, it's more boring than bad, and that's never what you want. Like, you don't want like a fully boring, just like sitting here talking about science and then just a couple cool action scenes.
Well, that's why I've always loved, like, I wish, like, with like The Walking Dead and The Last of Us and stuff, I like more of how the zombies came about than the actual zombies themselves. So, like, in The Last of Us, they explain it's like this bacteria that's mutated to be able to live in the human hosts. Or whatever. It's and it's like mycelium or something. No, not mycelium.
That's Ben 10. Check out Ben 10.
Yeah. But I just love the exposition of why these things, the science behind it. Even if it's fake science, I just like hearing it. I don't know. I like that kind of stuff.
That's fair. And it's like the whole world's coming together too. It's like, oh, so and so in India's got this thing, and
that's the thing. Like, I have a big fear of death, but I think in these instances, it's kind of a selfish thing. But I'm like, well, if everyone's dying, I can be at peace with it.
Okay, if you say so.
Everyone's dying, so whatever. But if it was just me dying, I'd be fighting tooth and nail.
The ships at the end. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, they were cool.
Well, no, we get to this whole scene. This is what I really checked out of the movie. Like, we get this whole movie of like. It reminded me a lot of Avatar 3 in the wrong way. Like, where they're underwater. Like, oh, there's only a little bit of air. And
Avatar 2.
Avatar 2, sorry. What did I say?
3.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
I'm sure that'll be just as long and boring. Anyway, they're like just, the water's reaching, I gotta barely breathe. And then it's like 30 minutes of this. Can we wrap it up?
Oh,
pinch it
so
off?
you're talking about when they were,
just hurry it up.
They're like flooding each section, but everyone is just alive for 20 minutes.
And because they're breaking into the ship. They didn't get access to go to the ship.
Which the tickets to get on the Ark, by the way, €1 billion.
Yeah,
per person.
If you don't, you will die. Like, unless you're really good at swimming.
Yeah, they said, we chose from like gene pools and stuff. It's like, no, you didn't.
Everyone's just rich.
Everyone's just rich.
Bunch of old people walking.
The guy who discovered the Earth was going to end, they didn't even pick him up.
No,
he died.
With
his kid in his arms.
Chiwetel like walks in there. He's like, there could have been like 4 or 5 people put in these rooms.
Yeah, because his room was pretty big. He's like, you could fit so many people in here.
They had all these animals and stuff. It was like an ark essentially instead of a spaceship,
which is really cool.
So, no, but so there's like, okay, so it's like every little bit has to be a problem. It's like, okay, we get in the ship and we weren't supposed to get in. Now the crank won't work for the door, and we can't seal until the door seals. Okay, finally we get the door crank fixed. Oh, now we're off course. We're heading into the mountain. Okay, oh god, here we go. Okay, we fixed that. Okay, now we're good. Okay, everything's fine. And then here comes this other thing.
Here comes the giant fist.
It just feels like. Stop. The drama was getting there. Like, we're there. Like,
we don't need all the drama on the boat. Anyway. You're on the boat. That's the destination. Like with Greenland. They got to Greenland and it was over.
Just make the journey the problem. Like, don't have the ship.
Yeah, because that was an extra 45 minutes of just unnecessary stuff.
Oh, God, bro.
I agree with you, though. It was a very long movie. It didn't need to be that long.
Anyway, so that's that.
That is 2012. Honestly, I'm biased, but I'd go watch them. You should go watch these movies.
No, don't watch them.
No, watch them. You watch those movies.
Unless you like disaster stuff like Steven does.
I love disaster
I call these disaster porn.
Really?
That's all it is. It's pornography. It's just, you're not getting anything out of it. It's just release.
Yeah.
You're just watching stuff explode.
It's a very interesting metaphor, but...
People say that. People say like misery porn. Yeah. And it's like a really sad movie.
Really? Mm-hmm. Like The Notebook?
Maybe.
Or like Romeo and Juliet?
Or like...
What's a misery... porn movie.
What's that one with Ben Affleck's brother? Manchester on the Sea or whatever.
Oh yeah,
it's like a misery porn. It's like he's like his son dies.
Or like
and
P.S. I Love You.
Maybe I don't think I've seen that one.
It's got Gerard Butler in it.
Okay, he was in Greenland.
He was. It's a strong name.
The Core 2003 was directed by someone that I was not familiar with, John Emile.
What else has he directed?
Does a lot of TV shows and stuff, TV episodes. This was like one of his bigger movies. I think he may have done one or two other big movies, but like this one did not do well, which I think kind of hurt.
Unfortunately.
What do you think? What do you think score wise? What do you think we got
for Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
37.
39.
Oh, 39 was the last one too.
I know. I'm gonna double check, make sure I didn't get them mixed up. No, they're about 39%.
Wow. Look at that. What's the audience score? I'm gonna say 46.
Let's see for the Core.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes. You said what? 36.
46.
34.
Damn.
Nobody liked this one.
Yeah, so the science behind this one, I'm going to say it because I just love all the science stuff.
Please.
But essentially, the government was like, someone's going to figure out how to use earthquakes as a weapon, so we're going to do it first. And they mess up, and they literally stop the Earth's core from rotating. And so the Earth's core rotates, and it's like a giant molten ball of metal. So when it rotates, it creates our electromagnetic field. I don't know how true this is. Like Hopper said, it's pseudoscience, but I don't know how our electromagnetic field around the Earth.
It starts off okay. Works. This one. It starts off like people just drop dead.
Yeah, the pacemakers follow.
The pacemakers, and then like you get these two scientists in this room with all these dead bodies, and like, what? Can you figure out what happened with these? Yeah. And it's like, well, they've all got pacemakers.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that.
Like, well, you got us, and we're magnet people. So,
yeah, and geography and stuff.
So Aaron Eckhart's in it.
We love Aaron Eckhart.
He's pretty good. Hilary Swank, Stanley Tucci, Bruce Greenwood, Delroy Lindo. DJ Qualls, who was like the hacker guy.
I know, he was in Supernatural.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So what they have to do is essentially have to go drill down to the Earth's core and set off nuclear bombs to get the core to circulate again. Once it circulates, the electromagnetic field will come back. Because right now the electromagnetic field is gone, so it's causing a bunch of UV radiation to seep into the Earth and all this other stuff that creates bad things for the Earth and kills people. Essentially.
And 90% of our movie, I would say like 75% is stuck in this unobtainium ship.
Guys, by the way, unobtainium.
Speaking of
Avatar. I don't know how they both were able to use unobtainium. I feel like James Cameron would have been suing the shit out of anyone trying to use anything that's in his movies.
Well, we talked about it might have been a reference because this came out in 2003, and we know he was working on it in like the 90s.
He was working on Avatar for a long time.
Isn't it wild? He just I had a dream about blue furries, and now I have like the highest selling movie series of all time.
It's insane, yeah. It really is.
Who's watching those movies in theaters, by the way? You are.
Yeah.
You're the problem.
I watch everything in theaters.
Okay. Good for
I
you.
love theaters. Not their snack prices, though.
Yeah, lower that, fix that.
Bring it way down.
If they didn't, then they wouldn't be in business anymore.
Well, you know what?
I don't think they get any of the ticket sales.
Well, then let's restructure how movie theaters
restructure it, yeah.
Because I'm tired of paying $40 for a bag of popcorn.
Anyway, this one is okay. It kind of reminded me of Armageddon in the sense that, like, we got our core group of people. We're all going.
And it's a lot smaller.
Group of people.
It's a lot smaller of a core group of people.
What was the natural disaster? It was like there was like an earthquake or something, or
no, they did it. It was man-made. They shot off Destiny, which was like what they're going to use for their earthquake thing, and it shot the core.
There's like an electric storm.
Like, how'd you stop that? It's like you throw a wrench in any engine, it's going to stall it.
The birds went crazy in this one.
They said if you try, because their plan was
it looked bad.
Their backup
the whole scene was bad.
Their backup plan was to just shoot Destiny again for some reason, shoot it twice, and it'll turn it back on. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. I think a big miss here was we're traveling to the Earth's core. Let's see the Earth.
And like it's weird. Like they get stuck at a point and then they get out. And
they see diamonds huge diamonds in the Earth.
And
sounds sick.
Well, it's like one of the captain just gets like dunked in the head with something.
It's like a geode.
And then
they land in a giant geode.
Well, and he falls in like the lava that's next to him. And it's like lava doesn't act like that. Like he would sit on top of the lava. It would start burning him alive.
And then he would be caught on fire and stuff.
Yeah, he like sinks in it like it's water.
Yeah,
and he just like goodbye. Yeah, like it's not how it works.
Yeah.
Not water.
No, and he was dead before he hit the lava, by the way.
He was, but still, it's the way he went out was really funny. And Hilary Swank was like, Captain,
I'm not reading your heart.
Captain! Like, it was like a 4-minute scene of her just saying the word Captain.
Some of the acting was really good. I think Aaron Eckhart.
He does good. I wish he had really more to do.
Stanley Tucci acted his ass off in this movie.
Tucci was acting like Rent was due,
It was phenomenal.
He was going for it.
Stanley Tucci. I hated that guy in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that I hated him. It was great acting.
He did a good job. I think they all did a good. Hilary Swank was good.
Yeah.
DJ Qualls felt like unnecessary a little bit. They're like, we're controlling the flow of information.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. But it makes sense in the fact that that
it makes sense, but like I wasn't thinking about that. We didn't need to like.
But it's cool that they were, and I like that he liked Hot Pockets.
You're right. That's my favorite character.
But they needed someone to leak the information at the end,
Right. So he would know that like all the people were heroes and stuff like that. I don't know, but like in the end of the day, this movie was like how long? 2.5 hours?
Oh, it was long.
2:15.
I started at like 12:30 at night.
It could have been an hour and a half tops.
Yeah, it could have been shorter.
They could have done like 30% of the movie, or they could have done 30 minutes in the movie, like above ground, 30 minutes underneath, and then been done.
Also, like at the end when he's like, "It's the whales," and he's like jumping on the weirdest scene, dude. He's like, because he's tall, lanky, skinny, and he just looks weird, dude. He's also like, "Find the whales."
Once they get to the core and they start setting off the bombs and stuff, it's like that's a sacrifice. Like the guy who built the ship didn't understand.
Oh, thank you for the sacrifice.
Oh, nice
Can I have another sacrifice? Oh, I cannot take another
that's too many sacrifices.
I don't want one, okay?
At the end of the movie, the guy who built the ship, the what's his name, the Delroy Lindo character, he's just like, oh yeah, I didn't think this through, so I'm gonna go sacrifice my life to set these bombs off.
Yeah, because he's like, I didn't ever plan on malfunctioning my own ship, kind of thing,
Idiot. Yeah. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
All these characters everything's dumb. Everything I watch videos dumb.
And I made you watch it.
You're dumb.
But I think he had a good way of, like Stanley Tucci was like all against it, but at the same time his pride wouldn't let him not volunteer to sacrifice.
Straws.
Yeah, because he was like, listen, don't insult me like this. I don't want to do this, but now you're just insulting me, so I'm gonna do it.
He hits him in the face at one point.
Yeah, he's like, because he goes, it's not gonna work. He goes, that's it. I'm hitting him again. He's like, no. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
And then he's like been like audio logging his whole journey, and then he's about to die, and he's just like, what am I doing? Like,
what about the shuttle crash thing?
Oh yeah, an unnecessary scene.
Yeah, I cut that.
I mean, it just introduces
the captain and the Hilary Swank character. Yeah. I don't know. Beyond that, like it's kind of silly. They go back up because they don't have enough power to reach back up to the surface. But they like
use geothermal stuff.
Yeah, they like wire the wires to the outside of the ship, and somehow that helps. The material the
unobtainium is like solar powered kind of thing. It makes no sense.
Well, hey, it's pseudoscience, so
yeah, it doesn't have to make sense.
It works enough for the movie, doesn't it?
Yeah, I liked it. Like I said, I have a guilty pleasure
movies,
for it. What is it, disaster porn or whatever?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, none of these are highly rated, so watch at your own discretion. Hopper says don't. I'm saying do it. I guess you're the tiebreaker here, really. Yeah, so that's our Disaster Movies Global Warming Edition. Thank you for staying tuned on this little mini adventure we had. It was just a kind of an idea I proposed to Hopper. He wasn't very enthused by it, but he's only 50% of this partnership, so
we're done with it. We can do something fun now.
This was super fun.
If you have a series of movies or any kind of like genre of movie you'd want us to take a look at, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, we've heard Mr. Robot a few times.
We may just end up watching that after.
Yeah, we may get like an honorable mention. We're just bringing them Beyond the Binge or something. Sorry.
Oh, how long is it? It's super long.
I don't know. I haven't looked into. I mean, I've looked into it extensively. I just can't remember.
If we got a comment that said Mr. Robot, maybe we'd watch it.
Yeah.
The comment on the video said Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot.
Please. Is he going to watch this part of the video?
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Anyway, thanks for schlepping in here with us and watching these disaster movies.
Yeah, 50 likes, and Hopper has to watch Moonfall. So hit us to 50 likes.
Do a live stream.
Yeah.
Throw it up on YouTube.
We will, dude. I'll do it in a heartbeat. We'll watch that together.
All right.
But yeah, until next time, we will see you guys later.